Hi everyone, Matt Fuller here from Elite Sports and Fitness. How are you doing today? I want to take this time to talk to you about the upcoming summer program and what your responsibility is this summer. And I bet you didn't think you had a responsibility. I bet you thought all you had to do was show up. Well, not the case. If you want to grow up, you got to do a little more than show up. So here's what you have to do as the athlete that's coming into this program. Now, it's going to sound pretty simplistic, but understand I'm saying this because people aren't listening or aren't doing what they need to do, even though it is pretty darn easy. Here's your job. I would say for 90% of the athletes that come through this door, the one thing that they need to do to help ensure success in this program is to eat. That's it. Eat. Think about it. All year long, whether you're in school or whatnot, you eat a certain way. You probably come in at a certain amount of calories per day and you don't even know it. But now, this summer, you've added in extra work. That extra work means that extra calories are needed to support it. You come in here for 2 hours, 3 or 4 times a week, and you break down muscle tissue. You need to rebuild your muscle tissue. Your old diet prior won't do that. Because you're giving more, so if you're giving more, you need to get more in return. And where do you get more in return? To help get you more in terms of performance, you need to get more from your foods. You need to be open to taking in more calories. And just because all of a sudden you start taking in more calories does not mean that all of a sudden you're going to go boom. I know the American Medical Association now they're talking about classifying obesity as a disease. Sorry, I think that's going to be a big mistake. We're going to see a lot of slightly overweight people taking a bunch of medicine and think that that's going to cure their obesity. Not the case. Anyway, getting back to the point of what your responsibility is, eat more. Now I know I always start off with a breakfast, and let's say your breakfast has been just typically a bowl of cereal. Or let's say your breakfast has been half a bagel and a glass of juice and you're running out the door to go to school. That doesn't fly anymore. Or you say, oh, Matt Foley, hey, look, I'm coming in, I'm doing your 6 o'clock in the morning program. I can't eat heavy before that. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Maybe you take like a tablespoon of peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, fire that in, give you at least something in your system to kind of help get through the workout, and maybe you sip on a little branched chain amino acid drink while you're doing your workout to help kind of keep your energy levels up a little bit. Or simply black coffee. Black coffee usually works for me to help get me through my early morning workouts. And then once my workout is over, now you can have breakfast. What type of breakfast would you suggest, Matt? Well, here it is, guys and girls. This is what I would suggest. You get up, have some eggs. I don't like eggs. All right, well, we need protein to start the day off because all night long you've been in a fasting situation. Those muscles want to keep rebuilding, especially after your morning workout. They need to rebuild. So what do? Well, how about, like I said, if you don't want to do the eggs, you look towards maybe a protein supplement, some sort of protein shake. One solution I always used to do is I take my oatmeal, so I take Quick Oats. I do about a half a cup of Quick Oats, which equals a cup cooked. I take probably 1 scoop of protein powder, drop that in there, usually about 25 grams of protein. Usually the half a cup equals a cup cooked, works out to be 30 grams of carbs, so I'm getting some good sugars into my system. The protein is hopping in there, getting into the muscle system, and is helping speed the recovery. Well, I want a little bit of fat too, so what would I do? Sometimes I just take a little tablespoon of peanut butter, toss that into my oatmeal, stir it up, bang! I got a nice complete breakfast, a balanced breakfast. Not too high in carbs, so I spice my insulin levels way up, and I get tired and lethargic afterwards. And not so high in protein that my body is confused and starts trying to use protein as its primary energy source. So that's a breakfast. Most of you out there probably don't even eat breakfast, so therefore this is going to be a huge step just for you to start to eat a breakfast. There's more to it than that too. Obviously you need to have meals throughout the day. Ultimately what I'd like you to be doing, as you hear it all the time, 6 small meals throughout the day. Breakfast, a snack, lunch, a snack, dinner, and a snack right before bed. Why before bed? This is the most important meal, I feel, for every one of the athletes that come through this door. They always neglect it. I know they always eat their dinner, usually huge heaping portions of it. Then 2 or 3 hours later, they might go to bed. Or maybe even later, maybe 4 hours. And then they're going to go from, let's say, 8 o'clock, let's say they go to bed at 10, and then they wake up at 8. Well, that's 10 hours of fasting, correct? That's a long time to go without eating. So your bedtime meal, right before you go to bed, that bedtime snack is key. What do I like to look for? I like to look for things that are high in natural fats, very low in carbs, and high in proteins. Where do I go to this? I typically go to eggs. I'll usually make up some scrambled eggs, fire those down right before I go to bed, bang, to sleep. And all during the night, that fat slows down the absorption of the protein. Therefore, the protein is going to stay with me longer to help with the rebuilding process while I'm sleeping. You want to take advantage of that process, that's a great way to do it. You don't like eggs, what can you do? You can look towards, once again, your protein supplements, and once again, mix it maybe with, have some fish oils with that, peanut butter, some almonds, something. Don't go to bed on an empty stomach, and don't think just because you ate 2 or 3 hours prior that constitutes your bedtime snack. It's not. All right, people. So I gave you a couple of little tips here on how to make the most, or what your job is here instead of just showing up. Those couple of little tips are going to help ensure your success. And if you have more questions, please feel free to ask. My job is to help you to get where you want to be faster, safer, and happier. All right, everybody. So, hey, keep pushing. Can't wait to see you. We start next week. Looking forward to getting everybody in the door. Once again, we're ready. Let's go. Let's get some great stuff done. And I'll see you, in a couple of days now. Take care. Bye-bye.